Good morning, student. Today in class 11th economics we are going to study liberalization policy. My dear student, this liberalization policy, first you have to understand why this policy is going to be taken by our Indian government. When we are going to see this data in 1991, you have to understand what was the position in 1991. That is why the government is going to take a new policy that is called liberalization. The first data is that GDP growth rate, that is in terms of real growth in 91, that is 5% only. Okay, next you have to see, very important, industrial growth rate output is only 0.1, but now industrial growth rate output is more than 9. Third, share of service sector is 42.5% of international income, but now it is more than 60%. Gross domestic saving of, what is meaning? Saving percentage. It means whatever the GDP, and out of GDP what portion we have to save, that was only 23%, but now it is more than 35%. Gross domestic capital formation, it is means whatever the domestic output, how much capital formation is there, the percentage of capital formation in 1991 was only 26%. Now it becomes change, it now changes 26% to 33%. Growth rate of import, my dear student, that time our growth rate import was very low. You have to observe here 33.5% only, but now the growth rate of import is 35% or more than 35%. Next is export. Growth rate of export was only 9.2%, but now more than 20% growth rate is now. Okay. The third, next is foreign exchange reserve. My dear student, foreign exchange reserve means whatever the reserve in the form of foreign currency. We had only $2.2 billion in 1991. That was very less. Okay, but it increased. You can say that it is more than $400 billion now. You can say that more than $400 billion now. Now, last is FDI, that is foreign direct investment. It was also low, only $1.3 billion. Okay, 1.3 billion dollar. That was very low. Okay. But now that FDI increases more than 75% in some sectors. You can approximate that, sir, it is now more than 50%. You can say that how much? That is called, you can say that maximum $50 billion. So it is our report card when our country in 1991, the government is going to take a new initiative that is called liberalization. So most of the students are not able to understand, sir, what is the meaning of liberalization? My dear student, liberalization means government is going to take some initiative, powerful initiative. First initiative, the delicensing I am mentioned here. What is the meaning of delicensing? Government is going to give some relaxation to prepare the license. What is the relaxation? Sir, most of the factory industry are going to take some types of license, obtaining this license from the government understand these are they are going to take a license, but due to some process or due to some bureaucratic process, the licensing system should be minimized. Okay, so government minimizing the licensing system. Now, the government also take industrial location. Why location system? Government wants to maintain the equal growth rate of all the industries. So government make the assurance you come here in a special economic zone and make the goods of production. I will assure this percentage of income tax free. Okay, so that is why government is going to maintain the location wise industry, and he is going to welcome all parts of the country to come here, and whatever the facilities our government is going to provide, because government is going want to make the industrial output also increase. And here you have seen that minus 0.1, that is very poor. Now, merger. Third is that merger. My dear student, merger means that one company, suppose X company and Y company, take over the assets and liability of another company. Okay, that time the merger rules was very strict. No company can merge each other. So government told that the merger rules that should be very relaxed. Okay. Now the SEBI. Who is the SEBI? SEBI is the Security Exchange Board of India. That was set up that time. Why? Because we require more foreign exchange. Okay, we require more FDI. So who is going to make the guideline for this type of the activity, for a foreign exchange, for the capital market? So that is why government has decided to make the one's organization who is going to be focused and prepare the guideline. So SEBI is a free body who prepare the guidelines, rules, regulation, etc. for capital market. So you can say that the formation of capital market was also done. Now last is the foreign trade reform. Okay, I took only 5 points. Okay, in the exam you can write only 5 points. That is foreign trade reform. What is the reform? My dear student, here reform is our country was very low import here. Why low import? Because we have a lot of restriction first. Number one. Number two, we have a tariff. What is the tariff? Import duty, export duty. These are the more tariff. So that is why the tariff is going to be reduced. Import duty is going to reduce. If we are going to reduce, our country is going to reduce import duty, it means we are going to import more goods. Okay. Now, so government understand we should have to make more foreign trades. That is why trade reform. So whenever you write this trade reform, you directly write the tariff relaxation to the country. So example is import duty. So that is simple. I hope you understand this topic. So government understand with the help of this report card, I'm going to change whatever these changes here. So this are the changes, and this is the report card of 1991, and I am giving one homework. What is the position of these report card position in our country? You simply that you do in your copy, find out what is the position of growth rate in 2020. It is a report card of 91. So simply you can make the report card of 2020 in your homework copy. Okay, that is why you can able to understand what are the changes in this report card and what are the changes now. So for example, FDI, you prepare a list. What is the FDI now in 2020? In 91 was only 1.3 billion. So my dear student, you able to understand all this report card when you are going to prepare by yourself. Okay, I hope you understand the liberalization means liberal towards the three things: foreign trade, capital market, and industry. Government liberal towards three ways: industries, capital market, and third is that foreign trade. Okay, my dear student, thank you.